Very good morning, students. We are moving to the next part, that is the Salt March and the Civil Disobedient Movement. You want to see that heading, it is subheading given like that. Salt March is in one side and Civil Disobedient Movement in second side. Means two topics we are going to discuss. Then Mahatma Gandhi, why he taken this Salt March, why he taken interest in Salt March? Because salt is a common people's need. It is if it is the poor or rich or sick or healthy or educated or illiterate, anyone, all of us need salt. So it is a powerful symbol that can unite the nation. It is not in the name of any particular group of farmers or in the name of what happened before that plantation workers or the cotton mill workers, like that. Not like that. Salt is a common need of the all people, so it is a powerful symbol. With that, your nation can be united. On 31st January 1930, he sent a letter to Viceroy Irving starting 11 demands. Starting 11 demands. Who? Mahatma Gandhi. On which day? 31st January 1930. And to whom Gandhiji sent letter? To Viceroy Irving. And he is asking for 11 demands. Some of these were of general interest. Others were specified demands of the different classes, from industrialists to peasants. The demands, it is in some 11 from this 11, some of the demands for general interest and some of them was specific interest, that is from industrialists to the peasants. Means the it is included, the 11 demands included all problems of India, like that we can understand. The idea was to make the demands wide ranging so that all classes within the Indian society could identify with them and everyone could brought together in a united campaign. Because the demands, how Gandhiji framed from that, if any group of people, if they are looking, they can find out what is their need that was there in that 11 demands. So all the people felt like that it is for us. Everyone they identified their own needs, so it was very easy to make people together for the united campaign. The most stirring of all was the demand to abolish salt tax. That's in first sentence itself we said like that salt is a powerful symbol, because the British people, they said like that for salt also we want to pay tax. And Gandhiji is saying first one, it is our most important one, or the all people's attention were struck, that was the abolition of the tax of salt. Salt was something consumed by rich and the poor alike, and it was one of the most essential item of food. Even for food, medicine, like the different purpose, we need salt. So it is essential. We can't avoid this one from our daily life. So the tax on salt and the government monopoly over the production, Mahatma Gandhi declared revealed the most oppressive phase of British rule. Gandhiji saying like that the tax on salt, that is the worst phase of the British people, the oppressive phase of British people, like that. Who said? Gandhiji said. And we can see in the why he taken tax salt tax, that is especially because first one, it is tax. Second one, the only British government can produce it. And if you are going to Gujarat and some part of Rajasthan, we can see salt fields are there. Anybody can collect it and purify and use it. That was the condition. And the people, those who are living in the coastal area, they can take ocean water, dry up and clean it, and they can use the salt. But the British government said only British government can produce it. That monopoly, or the only single power or single person can produce salt. That was British people. So Gandhiji said it is a oppressive phase. Then Gandhiji's letter was in a way an ultimum. Means that is the maximum thing what we can ask, or with the maximum patient he made it. And if the demands were not fulfilled by 11th March, the letter started, the Congress would launch a civil disobedience campaign. Means the Gandhiji, when he given the letter on 31st January, what he said, by 11th March, if we are not accepting these demands of the people or Indian people or Gandhiji, then we will start the civil disobedience movement. Then Irving was unwilling to negotiate it. So Mahatma Gandhi started his famous Salt March accompanied by 78 of his trusted volunteers. By 11th March also, British government not accepted the demand of Gandhiji. So and Lord Irwin was not ready to negotiate with this tax and other things. So Gandhiji and his followers, only 78 members, they they started the Salt March. That is the one of the famous march. That is the starting of civil disobedience movement. The march was over 240 miles from Gandhiji's ashram, that is from Sabarmati to the Gujarat coastal town to Dandi. Means Gandhiji was living in Sabarmati ashramam in Sabarmati, that is in the coast of Sabarmati river, and 240 miles they want to travel to reach to Dandi, that is the ocean coast of Gujarat. And the volunteers walked for 24 days, about 10 miles a day. In every day they was walking 10 miles, like that they taken 24 days. And thousands came to hear Gandhiji's wherever he stopped, and he told them what he meant by Swaraj and argued them to peacefully defy the British. Means every day they are walking only 10 miles. Afterwards they are taking rest, and here and there Gandhiji was stopping. And when people is hearing like that Gandhiji is going to come to our area, people gathered there, and Gandhiji given the details what is meant by Swaraj, what is the meaning of Swaraj, and how we want to work peacefully want to deny the things, or we want to disobey the civil rules of the British government. That also he given the information or inspiration to the people. On 6th April he reached Dandi and ceremoniously violated the law manufacturing salt by boiling seawater. And they started their 11th March they started their travel, and they reached in 6th April, and ceremonies means in a typical way they started to boil the sea water to produce salt. So that is if you are getting question like that, explain about Dandi March means you can write all these things, and you want to write here one more thing, that is the letter. And what was the most important thing, the Sultan tax and the government's monopoly over the production of salt. That's why Gandhiji said was waiting, and 11th March he started his Dandi March with his 78 followers, and they taken 24 days to reach to Dandi, and in 6th April they reached there, and they made salt from sea water by boiling the sea water. All these points you should write in your answer. And this marked the beginning of the civil disobedience movement. This Dandi March is known as the starting of the civil disobedience movement. How was this movement different from non-cooperation? People were now asked not only to refuse the cooperation. Gandhiji said you should refuse the cooperation with British, and they had done in 1921 to 22, but also break the civil laws. What all laws given by the government that we want to break. Thousands in different parts of the country broke the salt law. Those who are living in coastal side, it is very easy to break the salt law, and manufacture salt and demonstrated in front of the government salt factories. What they done? They taken the sea water and boiled in front of the government factory, and they made salt. And as the movement spread, foreign cloth was boycotted again, and liquor shops picketed, and peasants refused to pay revenue and chowkidar tax, and village officials resigned, and in many places forest people violated forest law, going to reserved forest to collect wood and graze cattle. Means in the time of civil disobedience movement, that was the Salt March is the starting. Then afterwards what happened here in India, means first one, Gandhiji said to the people to violate the colonial law, means the civil law given by the British government. Then in that we can see the different people how they participated. The people, those who was able to collect seawater and make salt, they break the salt law, and they started to manufacture salt law, and even they demonstrated, and that is salt making in front of the government factories. Then the people, they started to boycott the foreign clothes, and they started to picket liquor shops. Then peasants refused to pay revenue and chowkidar tax. Both tax means, chowkidar means those who are looking after, like that tax also was collecting by the British people. Then village officials, those who from the village, and the Indians, those who become the officials for British people, they also resigned and they went away from their job. And many places the forest people, means Adivasi people, started to violate the forest law. What was the forest law? Should not enter in the forest for any purpose. So purposely they went and started to collect wood, for it may be for firewood purpose or making house, as well as they started to send their cat, sheep or goat or cow to graze in the forest land. So we'll what we was discussing, we discuss about the starting of what are the reasons to start civil disobedience movement. Then what do you mean by Dandi March? And we are saying like that after Dandi March, what all things happened here in India, different groups of people, how they participated in civil disobedience movement. Okay, we will continue in next video.